Herkimer County, live from Rock and Roll Mine. I'm Sean Adam, your host, and here we are, 7:45 on a Thursday morning. Here's what we're going for. We're looking for these. This morning, after the rain, it's raining a little bit now. We're looking for these, but we'll probably find these. But we love them all. We're gonna get them. There you go, there's a little bit better, closer shot. Actually, we'll probably end up finding mostly these after the rain. Find a lot of those little ones, but every once in a while you run into one of these, maybe even one the size of my fist or the size of Ash. She's over there in the bushes. Okay, so I brought these as bait. We're gonna chum the waters a little bit with some little sparkly crystal energy. Get your eyes focused in the morning, have your coffee, put your boots on. Get your old-timey tools. Let's have a Herkimer diamond adventure in the morning. Luna's going around. She's looking. She doesn't have thumbs. So if she finds anything, she really can't pick it up. I see something sparkling in there. Some drews. Something. Maybe not. We'll let the rain wash it off. There's a little tiny sparkle that I stepped on. I forgot the crystal tube. So I'm just gonna have to hold these in my hand. And see, that's in the morning time after the rain. That's just about what you're gonna run into quite a bit, because you're gonna notice them. There's another one. They're really just everywhere. Oh, that one is just a little shard of a piece. Okay. We're going to try not to pay too much attention to the tinies. We're going to focus our eyes for huge ones. I kind of looked through all this yesterday, but it rained. There's a chunky piece of drews under all that dirt. Go on, get out of here. You're not supposed to be here. Get out of here. Go play. I'm gonna walk over to some other areas. Just looking around on the ground. Just searching around after the rain. In some areas that we've thrown a bunch of tailings up. There's a piece there. Kind of a chunky. Let me see if it's a whole crystal. Might be. Might have been sitting on the matrix. Sometimes they're flat like that. I think it's kind of a chunky broken piece of smoky, nice gray color. Pretty cool. It's not uncommon to find really nice gems. Here's a little something right in the floor of this area. Probably walked over it 100 times. Just a little one, maybe. Oh no, it looks a little bigger. Might even be a piece of glass. And it is. There you go. Sacred geometry on this green Mountain Dew bottle from 1973. Just looking around in the tailings, alluvial. Kind of drug them out a little bit. Actually, this pile doesn't look very drug out. It's got some stuff growing in it from the past couple of days' rain. So that means I haven't drug this pile in a good week, at least. So I will move on. And remember that I need to do that. Remind me later, if you would be so kind. Here's a nice piece of white druze that just washed off in the rain that I probably pitched from the pile upstairs. And I just will put that there. Oh, hi Jess, thank you. Look at this boulder. Jess, do you need a boulder? A magical boulder. A magical boulder I flipped this boulder the other day and this just kind of was there. It was just there. And I said, hi, boulder. And it looks like some weird ancient hieroglyph, but that's just carbon from another vug that was right there. And it left. And it left this cool art on the wall. I think it's a spaceship. Wait, it is a spaceship. What the fuck? Ah, so that's a pretty nice one. No damages that I can see. It's got a leaf in there or something. So that's my finger. It's perfect finger size. Wait. I found the key. You can stick your thumb in it. I do this to my girlfriend sometimes. Boop. That was inappropriate. But that's just how we are. Hey, look at this nice rock. Hey, look at that nice wood. It's tough when you see the beauty in everything and you just want to make love to it. Put your boots on. Wait, there you go. I forget that I zoned in. But then I zone out. Okay, this is the part that right here, if or when I should die here, just know that it was this. It was this that did it. I knocked all this down the other day in a live. You can see that if you like to see boulders falling on other boulders. We don't use any machines. So I just punched it real hard until it fell. Here's a boulder that fell just the other day. This is all work that was done by me in a live just the other day because the danger level was just astronomical. You don't want that to fall and hit you in the nut. Right? Boom. Oh. Right in the... You see where all that came from? See that's shaped like that? After I knocked this out the other day, I thought, whoa, I really messed up. Maybe I've done this all wrong the whole time. What am I doing with my life? Maybe I should employ technologies to put it back up there. Stick it all back together. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. It'll go right back in there. You just take this part and you stick it up. Wait a minute, where am I? Herkimer County. Okay, you stick it up there and that. All this jaggedy stuff, it'll just click. Click. It's a clicker. This is a good boulder. This is a techno stick. See? See why I got that? I cut that like that. And then that's a Reiki You do energy healing work, Reiki. You rake. You can scratch your back with it. Oh shit. Look, you got a thumb holder. Look at that, see? The finger holder. Whatever you want to use, your thumb, your finger. But you just build one of these, you know? See that? If you don't have any money for a birthday present for a rock hound, give them one of those. Or if you're really hard up, I'll give you this cat free. Well, no, not Luna. Luna's not free. Luna's $7. But Ash, wherever the hell she is, she's catching something on fire. Somewhere. I have evolved. Jess, we're in luck. We're in luck. I'll tell you why. Not unlike Twitter and Facebook and all the others, Vice News has just recently fired every one of their Vice News employees, and all I see in that is a complete corporate takeover. WROX News is on the way. Don't worry. We're going to cover the story. We're going to cover the story about how they fucked everybody in the ass at Vice News. And we're going to offer them all intern jobs. Like, you won't get paid, but like, you can write bad things about Vice on our blog. I'm just kidding, these are just jokes. This, however, this big wet gash in the earth is sexy. It just keeps opening more as they do. There might be a terrible boulder death from above if I touch that. I gotta get out of here. I always want to go to the dangerous gash in the earth. I'm like, can I just... Probably. Employ some technologies. Maybe like a wedge or two. Well, that's enough of that. Here's a nice piece of Drew's. Oh, let me do the... See, there's certain technologies that you have to employ when you're showing Drew's. Back to the sun, dummy. There's no sun out today in Herkimer County. I might as well be in England. Oh, good morning. There we are. Some Drew's. I don't know if I can get that out of there with just my... Wait. I may have done it. I think I have. And now it's just ruined with dirt. Nobody can see what that is, except for me. It looks like nothing, but it's a little botryoidal ball of the shiniest freaking drews you ever seen. So we're gonna go see if there's a frog at the pond. That's a shard. I'm not doing a very good job of finding things this morning. I'm just kind of walking around. Wait, do I say that every day? Do I even have a job? Mostly, it's just morning time at rock and roll. That's what we're doing. Here's a new working face. Haven't really touched it yet. This was covered for, I don't know, 10, 15 years. You can see the difference. Fresh working face. Spring comes out of the wall right there. Also, fresh working face. Give a further back look. This was all buried. Probably took her about 10 hours to uncover. And I found some real gems up in there. Some real gems. So, and let's take this time to show those, some of them, since it's been a pretty boring. So here are some of the gems that I have found recently and cleaned from these areas. And that's what we're looking for. Hi, Jess. Glad you're still here. I would be lonely. Let's see if we can see the moss through the crystals. I can't tell if that's in focus. It's difficult to see in these lives. If it's in focus. That's a real nice one. Yeah, some nice ones. They all came from this area. That's got a nice key mark in the back. Can't see it in this live. Okay, we're gonna keep going. See if maybe we can find. Well, Ash is trying to find some worms in this water. So that's good. Let's get a good still shot. I'm not holding this camera. So there you go. This thing is purple and red. I saw a pretty cool snake that was the same color that wasn't the other snake that I saw the other day. And the red, it had like a red and orange color. Wow, look at that crazy. This moss is like beating like a heart. That's some real weird alien shit going on. And that is proof that Rock and Roll Mine is alive and breathing. Okay, let's keep it moving. Put your boots on, because we got to go through the mud and shit. Nothing is jumping out at me. This is the area where they used to shoot up old bottles. Lots of glass. All I'm seeing is glass. Okay, we are on the tailings of the most recent drag. And I'm pulling all this down off the mountain where some working face was covered to make walking paths up the mountain. But I want to get back down to the face on the pocket layer that those jackasses covered up. But it's good that they covered it up. For me. Why anybody would cover a working face don't make no sense. That's what they did. That's what they did. this camera stable. So here we are, rock and roll tailing pile. Rained pretty hard yesterday and last night. Nothing much jumping out at me. Don't really see much. Some real small shiny stuff. Aside from that, not much. All right. Here's another part of the spring. It's being excavated. Okay. We're gonna go for a walk straight clear up the mountain all the way to the top to the lookout point. There's a piece of shiny druze. I don't know if that really shows, just a chunk of quartz druze right on the seam or pocket pinched off. I'm just gonna throw that on a rock. That's what I do with that stuff. Let the rain wash it off. There, see, there's an example. That was probably real dirty when I put it there. Now it's nice and clean, and I didn't use any water. Just the rain washed it off. There's some nice iron oxidized coral looking druze. Looks like coral or something. This is an old river rock from when the river, or they call it a creek, the West Canada Creek. A lot of people get confused and think that it's the Mohawk River. It ain't. There's some druze. A little baby druze pocket hanging out. Here's another little baby druze pocket. Probably a bunch of little tiny gems were sitting right in that. You can see their little areas. I probably got them all. The This is all from New Wave. All this little stuff. Just throw that there. Let the rain wash it off. More tailings area from New Wave. There's a little vug in that. A little vug there. Okay. Let's see, what do we see? There's a rock that wasn't there before. That came down from right there. So, here's a crystal. Nope, slugs walked on that. Slugs don't walk. Whatever slugs do happened there. There's a little tiny piece of shiny druze. Hi, John. What you doing this morning? Taking some time away from finding your agates to find some Herkimer diamonds. Good thinking. Here we're up in the New Wave pocket. This is my most recent pocket find. Quite a few levels, quite a few areas. This goes back pretty far, pretty deep. I found some nice big crystals all up in here in these different layers and levels. You can see that, you can see this all being mined out in my lives and cleaned out. I'm still cleaning it out. It's still going. It's still going. It didn't stop. Took off this chunk right here. Boom. Nice spot right there. You can see a while back they found some stuff here and here and here. Well, this all ended right about here, and I got into it here. And I located this entire pocket. New Wave pocket. So it's just a multi-level pocket. Thanks, John. Be safe out there. Just watched some of your videos. Checked it out. Subscribed. Yeah, this is a nice spot. Finding everywhere in here. These levels. Look at that. Inside that bug, a lot of good crystals came out of that right there. It's a good one. Good stuff. Here's a nice piece of that I cast aside, and that was part of those layers and levels. It's all druze. All druze. So I'll take this out. Come on, baby, let's go. And put it on this old stump root. This is part of the roots of this cave system. This beautiful Hobbit house cave system. That's where New Wave pocket was located. Under this tree. Roots. Excavated, mined, all under there. And just getting into the outside portions of it, and you can see why we have clay inclusions. We have carbon inclusions in these crystals. Just walking, finding an alluvial, and that's pretty much what I find in the morning time when I'm just walking around, looking on the ground, checking it out. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning here, Herkimer County on a Thursday. Yep, so there's 3 in that little area. It's got like a little clustery kind of thing going on, maybe a little rider. Tiny. So that's 3. Just this one little 1-foot area. 4. There's 1. Probably all up in this dirt. These are just the ones that the rain knocked out. So that's what I've found just in this one little less than 1-foot area. So there might be more. Might be a bigger one hiding in here somewhere. Let's check. Probably not. Who knows? Let me know if you see anything. See if I can find a decent stick. We already found that one. It's hard to hold them. They're very tiny. Well, I don't see anything else in there. She's always got to be right behind me. That's why they're not allowed in the mine. But they don't get it. They don't understand it. There's one hanging out in the wall. Oh, I lost it with my eye. Oh, there it is. Just hanging out in the wall. A small one. Maybe we'll find a bigger one. Just like that. Hanging out in the wall. After the rain, that's how you find them. Especially the smalls. See them everywhere. Usually pretty perfect and gemmy. Really nice ones. You can see that these roots have broken up this rock and wedged. There was rock. Look, they just wedge the rock right out of the wall, separate it, break it up. Powerful. That's a root. So they break open these pockets. Joseph Orlinsky in the house, up from the beauty rest. How are you doing? How you feeling? We're at the roots. We're looking around. It rained. your West Coast time. All right, let's look in here. Let's see how even these baby roots, they just break it all up. Break up pockets. Break up the whole boulders. Pretty crazy. Powerful. Okay, we're going to continue walking up the mountain. I'm going to continue walking up the mountain. I get a handful of these that I brought with me just in case it was a boring morning. And these are some recent finds that got cleaned up. There's a few of those dirty ones in there that I just found. You can see them, they're a little darker. Let me get those out of there. Put them in my other pocket, my dirty crystals pocket. So I have a clean crystals pocket and a dirty crystals pocket. So these are the ones that are all cleaned up. Recent discoveries. They're just a little more clean now. They came from the same areas that we're walking through now, but I was mining, and I'm just walking around looking for stuff that I missed. And let's be honest, folks, I don't miss very much. I get them. So when I'm looking through the tailings, it might be a little boring because I just get little tiny ones. But I spend days emptying pockets, so very thoroughly. So I'm not disappointed when I'm looking at tailings and not finding very much. That just means I did it right. But I still find them. And I find crystals that I missed in the buckets of the tailings dirt. Look at this puma. All right, get out of my way. Move. She's always got to be in the way. And she pisses off the dogs. Okay, we're on the top level of Rock and Roll Mine. A level that I don't do mining on. It's just the top of the mountain. And we preserve it as it is. And we don't mine up here. It's more of a nature preserve. I look around through the dirt, or I check out little areas, but we don't do takedown of the wall. We don't take it back. Here's an area where I'm doing a little bit of prospecting up here, just checking out what might be in this little area. Had to flatten out some of this walkway, take it back to the wall all along this edge because it's so drastic. prevent a little bit of the erosion from falling down on the working face. And also, edge of the mountain is right there, and it needs to be a flat walk. So, my phone may die soon. So here we are on top level of rock and roll. Top level. Like I say, it's just not an area that we mine in. We just leave it be. And let the moss grow over the rocks. Keeps it beautiful. And every once in a while I'll come up here and clean it up. Keep the erosion, keep the overburden down. But it's mostly just a nature trail. A little bit dangerous. Right now, at least. But I am flattening out some of these walkways, and here's an example of where it's pretty deadly right there. That's a 30-foot, 40-foot drop. But I'm holding on to a tree. So I got to flatten out this walkway right here and take it back to this face. So this is pretty much, this face is pretty much my property line. So I like that as a wall, as a fence, this is my property line, and I'm going to take it all the way back to that, all the way across, flatten out my walkway, all the way across this whole area. Here's where the spring comes down the mountain, and it used to waterfall right down this. You can see the spring down there through the trees. There's a dove nest. Right there. And if you see right between those trees, that's the spring down there. So where I'm standing, you see all this moss. A very long time ago, there was a pretty significant waterfall here. So that's pretty cool. Pretty significant waterfall, and and it's got a few different tiers. So I'm going to see if I can. Let's flip that guy back over. That's our pet moss. Bob. So Bob guards the trail. It's not very good at his job, but we don't fire him. This is the kind of stuff that you want to get into and look around where all this little broken stuff is when you're prospecting. Don't touch it. Don't mess around with it. What the heck is in there? mold, but I don't want to find out. Where this natural erosion is occurring is a good spot to look around. I don't really see anything in this stuff up on this level because it's mostly just dirt. So we don't mess with it. But every once in a while, something shows up. We got good dogs here. They always know when somebody's messing around. And they know who it is. I'm going to show you an example right now of why I do this. It may seem a little bit boring to walk around and look at the ground. Until you see one like this hanging out on the wall. Then it just became worth it. Spending that 20 minutes walking around in nature, looking at the ground. It's already worth it anyway. And then you drop it. I'm going to become notorious for being the guy that drops the crystals in the videos. But you know what? I find them. It's okay. That one's got a nice carbon inclusion in there. It's not huge, but it ain't small. Okay. So, that's a good one. These flowers look totally blown out to me right now in this live, but I wish that they would not be. Too much carbon to see through it. Too much carbon. Maybe that little area. Who knows? And I just walked past that crystal. I walked right past that crystal 5 minutes ago. I literally walked right past it. It's just about how the light is hitting it and if it reflects just enough to catch your eye. I walk over them a lot, probably. There's a little tiny one in that dirt pile right there. Where my boot. I want to show you this. Just a minute ago, we were over here looking, and I was standing right here. That's where my boot dug into the ground, and uncovered just a little bit of the side of the face of this little tiny crystal. And then I walked away, and then I walked past that other crystal. Oh man, I walked past that other crystal, and then I walked all the way up there and walked all the way back. And then I found these two crystals because the light was different. So that's how that works out. Now, when you're mining and you're in a pocket, it's different. Everything that's in the pocket is in the pocket. You can take your time, sift through it. This has all been sitting here for a while.